Well, I think it's
Without spoiling anything.
without
Without
spoiling.
spoiling
Yeah.
anything. Hi guys, how are you?
Doing well.
Fine. How are you?
I'm great. I'm doing great. Really happy to be talking to you today. So, first of all, I wanted to ask you because I really like this unexpected friendship that we have between these two characters. So, what could you tell me about it without, spoiling anything?
Well, I think it's
Without spoiling anything.
Without spoiling anything. I was like, okay.
Can I chip in? I'm being repetitive here. Forgive me. But both of them, Yahya's character Simon needs Trevor because Trevor might be a gateway to an audition. Simple as that. He's exploiting a meeting for his own ends. I, without spoiling anything, am also exploiting the contrived meeting for my own ends. However, that progresses into a friendship because we both realize that we deeply care about what we both do for a living, and beyond that. So that's it in a nutshell.
it's an accidental friendship.
Yeah.
It's an
Accidental friendship.
It is, yes, I really like that. That was nice, very nice, and no spoilers there. So I really like that. I think in the first episode, Trevor says something to another character. He says, "Acting isn't a job; it's a calling." So that really resonated with me, and I wanted to ask you if you ever received an advice from a teacher or a colleague or a friend about what acting is.
I think Trevor says that in episode 2.
Yes, episode 2. That's right.
In my first job, it wasn't advice, it was a statement. My first job was playing to school children, and I remember this. I found her so beautiful, and she was very pregnant, one of the directors, and she directed the little Shakespeare sequences that we did for the older children. And she took me aside, talk about moments you never forget, took me aside and said, "You are going to be a great classical actor." I was 20. I was shocked at what she said. First, I took it as a compliment, and then I realized in later years, what she really said was, "You are going to have to work so hard to get where I think you ought to be."
I'll talk to you about that a little bit later. I want to understand that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
She nailed it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And on another hand, I really love that Simon. He really does. He wants to be the next Daniel Day-Lewis or something. He doesn't want powers. He doesn't really. They don't help. They are not helpful for him in that situation. So why do you think we like so much these superheroes that have abilities, but really they don't want them or they didn't ask for them? Why do we like them so much?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm looking forward to hearing that from the audience, who watch our show. What is it about watching a guy with a secret, or what is it about watching someone with a special ability suppress what is it that we enjoy about watching Simon suppress a side of him while at the same time trying to pursue his dream? I think there's the risk. I think that may be what the audiences are drawn in by, because Simon is willing to put everything at risk, to put himself at risk to pursue this dream. I want to be an actor, but they say that I can't be an actor because I have this disability. Well, I'm not gonna let that stop me. I think it's a perseverance story, but it's also eventually it ends up being a story about self-acceptance, and I think that that's something that we all can relate to on one level or another.
Completely, I agree completely. And how familiar were you with this story from before? I mean, because it's not like a classical story. I did never heard from it before, so I wanted to ask you if you have any knowledge about it.
No, well, this story came from, you know, the brains of our writers and, you know, our creative team. This particular story of Simon and Trevor doesn't come from the pages. I think it came from their own inspiration, you know, and what they saw in the work of Serbin as Trevor, and this possibility of introducing this guy named Simon Williams, who was somewhere in the world of Hollywood and wanted to be an actor. So, you know, really kudos to them for, you know, putting their heads together and creating this story. But it's also an opportunity for the fans who may not know anything really about this Marvel Cinematic Universe to still have an introduction without having to do any homework. You know, anyone can come in and approach the work and approach the series.
Yes, completely. And well, on first episode, now going back to movies and love for movies, you're watching, I think, Midnight Cowboys, and I think Trevor says that it's authentic, that it feels authentic. So to wrap up, I wanted to ask you if there was any movie that you saw recently where you felt like, okay, that this is authentic, it feels like a real authentic movie or a really good one.
I think there's quite a few. That have that authenticity, but it's something that I think all humans recognize immediately. Within minutes of something being presented on the screen, you can say it resonates with you because it's in a sense it's one of us.
Yep.
You can recognize it as a heartfelt, genuine human story. So that's without naming any specific. That is what resonates with me. I keep on using my phrase, genuine patterns of human behavior, and when I see that on screen, I join in.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Well, thank you guys so much for your time, and really hope to see you in Argentina if you ever come.
Thank you.
So hope to see you then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.